Hello, how is everyone? It's time for another episode of Web3 Unchained. I see our two co hosts ready. Thank you very much for helping to co host and spread this amazing show. And thank you for speakers for joining us. We have currently three out of expected six speakers. Let's see if the rest will join us in this discussion. And it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you today. We have an exciting and difficult topic to dive into, and that's either Web3's biggest excuse or its biggest problem. It's wallet onboarding, user experience, and mostly long term retention of users. Before we go into the topic, please like and share the spaces. Let's reach as many ears as possible. And also, a reward alert for everybody who's listening today. We will be asking audience their thoughts, and some surprises are on the way. We have Moon Cards as listener. That's the awesome game that's providing rewards for today's spaces. So stay tuned, stay ready to interact. We will be also asking your thoughts. Now, some rules of the talk. I will kick off the topic and then we will just go into discussion. We would love to see also, opinion exchanges. Kind disagreements is absolutely welcomed. Feel free to put your hand up or just grab a mic and go. That's how we like the dynamics of the space. And before we start, let me introduce myself. I'm a host of the show. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm co-founder of a company called Gamey that's now part of Animoca Brands. This is why we have so amazing co-hosts today. And over to you, speakers, to give us a brief 1, 2 sentences. Where are you from? What do you do? What are you excited about? And then we go to the topic.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean, and I have 15 years experience in building communities. 5 years I've been involved in the blockchain space, leading marketing at Bankless DAO, Cointelegraph, and SSV. I'm now the marketing lead at Delta Web3 Venture Studio. And yeah, I love the topic, and I'm really happy to be joining you all today.
Welcome.
Let me be probably the next one. Hey everyone, thank you, Bazena, for inviting me to be a guest in today's space. I'm Eva, business development and growth advisor for the last, I think, 7 years. And the project that I'm working right now with is my 28th startup. And literally at the moment, I'm the CBDO at Ovi platform. This is the live streaming platform and creator ecosystem. Not to don't want to dive deeper in details of the platform. You can see that on the Twitter space, on the our Twitter page. But indeed, very happy to be here on this space because streaming and all other things are so important for attention. So I'm looking forward and very bullish for you kicking off the topic.
Awesome. I love it. We met with Eva in real life recently at Token in Dubai. So that's a nice
Finally.
yeah, catch up online right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, true.
And we have one more.
One. Hey everybody. Hey Bozina. Uh, wait, do I call you Bozina or Rizab?
It's Bozina is the first name. Can like your sound is a little bit silent, but the end of the sentence was more loud. So let's try on the louder side.
Try it again.
So we can
I
perfect.
lowered
Now
my
it's perfect.
volume earlier.
That's cool.
Yeah. So nice to meet you. Thanks for having me in this space. My name is Jared. I'm an explorer of Web3. I love to play around with new technology, and I'm a firm believer that this Web3 technology that we're all messing around with has a potential to change the world for the better. And I also speak on spaces, and I'm the voice of several Web3 communities and projects. So, yeah, looking forward to an awesome discussion about how to fix things.
Good to have you. That's amazing. So let's kick it off with some stats. I I hear an echo. Sean, is it possible? Is it possible I hear it from your mic? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, let me, if you can, sorry.
It's it's fine. It's fine. It's just there is a tiny bit of echo.
Yeah, I'm
So
going to mute
let's try to
myself. One
fix that.
second, sorry.
Oh. So you'll need to unmute very soon, but just for to set the stage, I found an interesting piece of stats. So I believe that was from Electric Capital, and their latest number was that over 80%, 80, of new DApp users disappear within a month. Now, I think the number could be even higher. And the question to you is, sometimes we celebrate mins and downloads, but what about the retention? What's your take on this? Is 80% of the new user disappearing in 30 days? Is it good? Is it bad? Is the situation even worse? What's your take?
Yeah, I
gonna
think
be
it's quite
yeah.
a widespread issue. I saw another report talking about this before. I think it's from Alchemy, saying about 5 to 55% of users are dropping off before completing their first wallet setup on Ethereum. So this is quite a common problem. What I suspect is happening is that as they're getting onboarded, I mean, okay, even before they're on board, people are already hearing all this news about it's quite a risky place to be. There's so many scams and hacks and things like that, and they probably heard from friends like, yeah, it's a great place to come and join, but there are concerns as well that they should be aware of. And along this journey, as soon as they're getting on board, they are being made aware of this, that you have to have these keys, you have to look after it yourself. If you lose it, you can lose access to your wallet. There are scam risks. You know what I mean? So that we're being upfront with people, we're trying to educate them, but at the same time, we're risking scaring them away. So what I think needs to happen is finding a balance where we're educating them so they understand the risks, but also making the onboard process smoother, where they feel more secure. Maybe I don't know if they're whether there's someone there as some sort of guide or something, but we need to make people feel reassured that there is safety here, that they're not on their own and isolated, and if they need support they can reach out to someone or get help, because it is a real big learning curve. I remember when I first joined, I mean, I didn't even know about Discord, so I joined Bankless DAO. I got involved, and there's some guides there who kind of gave me some advice on things. And running that first transaction, I was just flooded with fear. I was like, well, what happens then if I make a mistake? Am I going to lose my money? How do I get it back? You have to learn about all these transaction things, and there's so much to it. So I think it's yeah, we still need to be upfront with people. They have to understand the risks that they're getting into, but they also need to feel like there is support here and people will help them. So it's 100% finding that balance.
So we have two more hands up, and we have a new speaker joining us. So let's give the stage to Eva and Jared, and then we go to Valdez and your take together with introduction, okay?
Yeah, thanks so much. So, and sorry, Sean, if I interrupted you a little bit from the very beginning. So, as for the stats that you shared, Bazana, taking into account that I love numbers, and from my experience, 20% of people saying like retention in the first month. This is not a bad number, to be very honest. Of course, it all depends what we're talking about. If we're talking about gaming, it's a good number. If we're talking about tabs that helps you, for example, I don't know, um, workout, mostly for workout, it can be with like martech dapps or something like that, then probably this number is a little bit like little, because usually these dapps are used like on a regular basis. But let's dive here a little bit deeper. So there are usually, like in my work, I would like to divide the customer's journey into two parts. There is the attraction part, and then there is the retention part. So when you attracted people, of course, they during that month they can understand that they don't need your app for their life work, whatever, for fun, or they are afraid when it comes to the web 2 people who want to try something like in web 3. That also the cause. UX cannot be very useful, and as there are a huge competitive space right now, practically in every field, that also plays a great role. Or they literally don't like it. So again, when it comes to gaming, for example, month is even too much time for the person to understand whether he would like to play that game or not. So, and here it comes to the second stage, retention. And that's why I think that the one of the most important things when you are launching your product, doesn't matter in what field, is to start doing customer development practical from the scratch. So use your time, and this is for all like founders, I don't know, the whole marketing team, biz dev team, whatever product team, and just start talking to those people. Because exactly your first customers and that exactly first 30 days might help you to increase that retention number, if you of course can release all the, I don't know, edits or bugs, or to fix the bugs or whatever, but this can help you to increase that number and to make it more than 20. And from my experience as I was working with different startups, this step of starting cast dev from the very, very, very beginning, lots of the startups they're missing. So, and they start thinking about it like on the third month or on the fourth month. So again, this is getting back to the topic of the Twitter space. I would name that this is not the excuse and this is not the problem. This is the challenge that we have in the Web3, and we need to do something probably in a more different way than we did it before.
Cannot
Yeah,
agree more.
I
Go
want to
ahead,
double
go ahead.
click on what Eva said. While everybody was sharing, I googled, the average retention rate of modern apps, and 20% is actually really, really good. Because if you look at the 30-day user retention rate according to Statista, shopping apps, it's only 5.6%. Let's go, 4x for crypto. Marketplaces 8.7. The highest is for digital banking, which is just 11%. So yeah, Eva is right. 20% is pretty good. So we can pat ourselves on the back. But I've participated in a lot of these in using new protocols, new apps on Web3, and oftentimes the pre-TGE user count is very much inflated because of the infamous bot farms and people trying to game the airdrop. And once the airdrop takes place, you get to see the real rate, the real amount of users, and I'd say 20% is pretty good. So I guess teams will still have to push as hard as they can to get as many users, and then do their best to retain as much of the 20% as they can after TGE.
Great
Yeah,
take. Thank
that
you very much. Yes, we have a fourth speaker with us. Please, quick intro and your take on the 20% of new DApp users left after a month. Is that good or bad, or what's your take on it?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Can you
Oh,
can you
sorry.
help me? Can you help
My
me?
bad.
Can you help me pronounce your
It's
your name?
waltdiz.e.
Waldes. Okay,
So,
Waldes.
um,
I got
so,
it.
so, with our game, I help work with Samurai Saga. Our game isn't fully released yet, but we're gonna be doing our alpha test this month. One thing I can say, because we've done previous play tests, um, keeping people engaged for extended period of time, I think everybody has like massive ADD. So because all these social media apps are just like quick videos. So it's only natural for our attention span to just fizzle out after a month. I mean, even on the news media, they lose interest. What's the story of the week? That kind of thing. And I don't think it changes much for gaming either. You have like bigger games like Fortnite that just keep people engaged, but even with that, I mean, they're seeing numbers drop, that kind of thing. People are kind of getting sick of a lot of big AAA title companies. And you're seeing a lot of indie companies really shine because of what a small team can do that's not, forced to put an agenda into the video game and really focus on a good storyline or just some of the most immersive gameplay that the player gets to experience. So that's something that is going to keep people engaged. it's also essential that they listen to their community. If people are not exposing, but if people are addressing issues uh, within the game, I would have to say it's of the utmost importance that mods, the creators address those issues, or like say, hey, yes, we know this is an issue, we are addressing it, and they create those patches. Nothing's better than a company that is fixing it as time goes on. It's not like you can't fix everything immediately, but those kind of things make a good gaming experience, saying, hey, look, our voices are heard, we're having fun, they had a problem, they fixed it, we can, business as usual, keeping it engaged, making new content, not price gouging people. I mean, that's a huge problem in the industry. So all those things, with the whole like TGE thing, it's a quick way to watch the user base absolutely plummet. But some of them have, it's kept consistent. What's the game? Off the Grid is still sustaining pretty strong numbers, even though they did TGE. So stuff like that. If you got a good game, people are going to keep playing it regardless of a token. Like people are going to dump tokens. You can't stop them from doing that, but yeah, no, if you got a good game, people are just going to keep coming back for more.
For sure, for sure. I cannot agree more with the 20% in gaming. I mean, like the classical mobile gaming, 20% after 1 month is a really strong indicator. So if you're seeing in Web3 20% actually being left with all the options available after 1 month, we can even say that's good. Maybe it can always be better, but definitely the the benchmark, at least in gaming, is a lot harsher. Now, my question to you would be, what makes it different for crypto and Web3 dApps? Because usually, there are different roles in companies, and onboarding or retention would be somebody's problem or somebody's mission. It would be UX, it would be product, maybe marketing. And what's your take on how does this differ in Web3 and in crypto? Is it maybe perhaps you see a different role of marketing and community, or is it really the UX and the product that guides people? Or perhaps you see that maybe UX and marketing teams should be merged in Web3 companies. What's your take? And before you take the stage, dear speakers, everybody in the audience, please comment. What's your take? UX, product, marketing, community. Who should lead? Who is this mission? Who should lead onboarding and retention? Remember, we have a gift sponsor. So for everybody who participates, we will make sure we reward it. Now, couple hands up. Let's go. What's your take?
Let me probably start this time. So, I don't know whether it will be popular opinion, but answering the question, who is this mission? I would start probably that with the main founder, and I will explain very briefly why. So before we start splitting the whole big goal of the company and sending it either to marketing department, to community managers, I don't know, to biz devs, whatever, we need to have the strategy. And this is again what from my experience in most of the cases, in lots and lots of startups, unfortunately, they missed that step. And then they just started thinking, oh my God, whom I should do, whom I should send this task? Oh, let's be it marketing, or let's be it partnership manager, or let's be the community lead. So it should start with a strategy. And then, very popular answer, like second part of the answer to this question. The thing is that at the moment, the ways how to make people stay with your product are so many, and they are so different that you cannot literally give that mission only to one person or to one team. Because especially when it comes to the Web3, and especially when it comes to gaming in Web3, because you need to be very consistent in your, for example, social media. Yeah. And we all know that you will not take any gamers from Twitter. Let's be very, very honest, finally. But you need to have the good community manager that will literally lead, engage, I don't know, push from time to time your community and grow it literally. And at the same time, you need a good business development manager that will, I don't know, grow the brand awareness of your company, the loyalty to your company, I don't know, belief forming very strategic partnerships and so on and so forth. So this is exactly why I'm usually talking. Let's start with the first step with the strategy. And then when we have the strategy, understanding what do we want to achieve and what is like first priorities and second priorities, then we are coming to the point when we're setting up tasks for all other people. But definitely it will be like the whole team, starting with the founder and ending up with the even like Discord admin.
Thanks, Eva, for the hot take. We have a couple more hands up, and we have another speaker joining us. So I think whose hands was first? Was it Waldis' hand first? Sorry if it wasn't, but you'll all get
Yeah,
time.
thank you. Yeah, so something that I've experienced is that UX. There are specific chains when it comes to crypto, that kind of thing, and those communities. I cannot stand the user experience because it's so freaking clunky that I'm like, I don't even want to deal with this chain because it's so bad. It's so confusing. Why would anybody do this? I use the grandma test. If my grandma can't figure this out, there is no way in hell that this is going to be successful. It needs to be easy for everyone. If a 5-year-old or 6-year-old child can figure this out, it's probably going to be okay. But like some of these user experiences are so bad that you have to question, were they trying to get this out as fast as possible and disregard what it was going to be like to experience this for the first time? This is supposed to be the future of finance. It's not the future if it's the worst experience ever. So those kind of things can absolutely muddle or, diminish how people view certain chains. I got to say, some do a really good job. When you talk about Bitcoin, when people think of crypto, they think of Bitcoin. I have to say, Xverse Wallet has a dang good user experience, and I like them. It's very simplistic. It doesn't have to be confusing or elaborate. Keep it simple. Our lives are confusing enough. Having a more simple approach, sometimes the low-hanging fruit is not a bad option.
So a quick follow-up question. If your grandma doesn't get it, who do you go to? Do you go to product? Do you go to marketing? Do you go to UX? Who do you, where do
I
you throw it? On whose table?
I'm going to throw it to UX, but it takes a team. Like it takes like a village, you know. I mean, that's the thing. Testing, not just throwing it out there, but actually testing how these DApps work or how the interface works and stuff is essential. You can't
Right.
just. I
This
think
is
people
also
just
why
throw
we
it
have
out.
community, right? This is why we have communities early on Discourse to help us figure it out, right? If you're getting it or not. We need some grandmas to bring into Discord as well. So they can give us thumbs up, like not good enough. Thanks very much. Now who is another? Jared? Yeah? Or your hand disappeared, so hopefully it's still valid.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
go. So I like Walt's emphasis on UX because I have actually stopped using certain Web3 protocols because of it's difficult to even connect my wallet, like keep my wallet connected. Like there's one launchpad where whenever I move to a new page, I have to reconnect my wallet, and whenever I reconnect, I have to re-sign. Oh man, I left immediately. It was too difficult, even if there were opportunities there. So UX is definitely something, and I think that for gaming teams, it's very easy. I mean, you don't have to build everything from scratch. There are a lot of very established gaming ecosystems in Web3. For example, the biggest one is Immutable. Immutable, I love using Immutable because it's very simple. You just log in with your email. They'll create a wallet for you. There's no gas at all. You just have to approve things, which I don't like. I think Solana has done something really good, which is They removed a lot of the like approved stuff. Like they removed a lot of that, so things happen faster. Whereas in the EVM, we're still very secure minded, where we have to approve every single thing. We can't like do a uniform approval, like so I agree with the UX thing. Another thing about user retention is, I think, especially for gaming. Let's take gaming for example. Not every member of the community is the same, right? There are some people who are there to grind, to make money out of the game. So they're willing to put in time to go through all the challenges and just pour in hours and hours into the game. And these people are important as well. And then you have people who may not want to grind, but they have a lot of capital, and so they are investing into the token or the NFT, and they want to see development. And you might have some people who just want to play for fun, not even grinding. The casual gamers, and also which part of the world they come from can sort of indicate their tendencies. Um, but then again, we cannot treat every community member as the same. We need to be aware of who is in our community, what they want, what they hope to achieve, and to have some sort of balance. Because once we discover that there's an imbalance, we need to do more to attract the
Maybe
target group
one
that we want.
provocative question as a follow-up to you. Do you think the 20% retention after 1 month for dApps, do you think it's higher than in gaming because of the possible monetary aspect, because there's possibility maybe or money involved? Do you think the money pushes the retention up?
I would say definitely it does. Um, I don't know if I can name projects, but okay, I'll just name it. Like Axie Infinity is still alive today, guys. Like 5 6 years, man, these guys are still going strong because they have a very big uh, gaming community that is grinding the game and making a living out of it, and they are able to keep it sustainable even through the bear market. Even though the gains may not be as much, but they maintained their project and they were able to stay afloat. And now they have a thriving ecosystem as well. The Ronin chain, there's a lot of other games being built there. And guess what? Like games want to be on Ronin because they can inherit some of those users who are very, very sticky. And I think that can be a plus. That can be the
For sure.
foundation, but you will need to find people who are willing to spend money
Well,
on the game.
somebody
Otherwise,
once
it will.
told me that if users are earning money every day in the game, it's not retention, it's showing up for work, which I think was kind of funny, but also a little bit true. But let's give space to Sean and Creon, who has just joined us as well, to hear from them. What if the retention is bad? What if users churn? Is that bad design, bad product market fit, bad communication? What is your take?
My take on this is that if you take a community first approach, you're going to be able to resolve this issue much faster. What I found is there are generally two types of projects I found in this space. And the first is it's a core team. They build something that they think is cool. And then later the community is an afterthought. And by that point, they've already made the app and things. And now people come to try it and they think, it's rubbish, right? They can't onboard very well. Things are clunky and that. But the ones that right from the start take the community very seriously. So they're building along the way with the community. The community is testing this stuff. The community is sharing ideas and is getting involved in reaching out and bringing other people involved in the project. Those are the ones that are learning faster, resolving these UX issues and building along the way. So I think it's, community can fix so many of these issues because it's getting feedback on the design. It's getting feedback on actually onboarding people, helping people to overcome any issues that they might be finding. It's reassuring people, educating them, getting them actually started in the community. So if you take that approach, I 100% believe that these issues are always going to be there, but it's a learning thing, right? If you've got a core team of 10 people, they're not going to learn as fast as if you seriously have a decent sized community, hundreds or thousands of people who are actually engaging with you, sharing feedback, helping you to build along the way. So personally, I see community as the real layer one, and everything else builds upon that.
Awesome. I like community first takes. Drian, over to you. Maybe a 1-2 sentences intro and then your take.
Oh yeah, Korean here. Also, fellow host, and yeah, doing my daily spaces at 12 noon and 4 p.m. 12 noon EST and 4 p.m. UTC. Thank you for that, and thank you for inviting me here, Bozena. My take on this. Let me see. We're talking about retention, right? Yeah, I'm also gonna go down that road. Community and UI. But let me start with with projects and companies should have their own marketing team, internally, not just rely on marketing agencies, especially a social media manager and community manager that they actually train, based on how they operate and how they want things to turn out, based on their branding. Um, I wanted to point out SMM and CM, because well, a social media manager. I want to point out that they should be working on consistent branding and outreach and make the project or the community feel inclusive to attract as many people to check out the project and the community. Now, when it comes to retention, I think it's the community manager's job, yeah, retention and engagement, and UX as well within the community. So user experience in the community, right? And they also need to make people feel valued, so they feel, like kind of like exclusive in a way. I don't know. For some reason, people like exclusivity, even though they get attracted by inclusivity, and then when they're in the community, they want some exclusivity, and that way they will value their stay. You know, and also another thing is that the founder should also influence people. Being a founder that is being visible, joining communities sometimes it matters actually. It is very underrated. If it is a game project, then you should sometimes hang out with the community, play the game with them, and that kind of like pushes the community to be more active and engaged, and that also builds up confidence and trust, not just for the brand, but also for the for the founder themselves, and overall community. So that way we can retain more people and also attract more, and maybe that way all of these people are gonna be turned into advocates of your brand or cause.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I think that like the voice of the founder is very powerful, and being active in the community and being close to actually the customers and gamers is super, super important. I love how we're ranging from, like it's kind of problem of everybody because it is a complex problem. And I have one last question for all of you, and we have a last speaker joining us as well. So the stage will be opened. I want to touch a little bit on the wallets. Because even though it's a little bit tactical, I think we still haven't figured it out fully. And it's either, like it like somebody was saying, like, is it like opening a bank account, or should that be like signing up to Netflix? And I'm personally more on the Netflix team. However, I would like to keep my keys, which I think is a little bit contradictory. So before I give the stage to speakers, what's up with the wallets? Should they be invisible? I'm asking everybody who's listening. Um, Give us your take. Should wallets be invisible to users? Yes or no? Or what is your take on the wallet? We will check the comments, and Mooncard's game will kindly give rewards to best, if not all, good answers. And now to speakers, your take on wallets. Should it be like opening a bank account, or rather like signing up to Netflix? And do we need to own our keys? I
I
don't know
think
who was
Jared
first.
was first. I think that Jared was
Okay.
first. So go for it.
I'll make it short because there are a lot of hands. I think the worst experience that I've ever had in Web3 is with launch pads. Like every time I join a launch pad, I have the freaking KYC, and it takes like 1 hour for the thing to be approved. Uh, and it's a pain. Like I don't want to see my own face. Take a picture of my ID and stuff like that. I don't mind doing it because it's pretty common. But I hope that if regulations require games to KYC or whatever, I hope that Web3 comes up with a solution, like I don't know, like a ZK or whatever. I've heard it being thrown around. I don't really understand it, but apparently it'll be able to verify my identity and data without revealing my identity and data to people, and so that is what I want. Like, I really don't know, like what the people who are doing the KYC, what they do with my the picture of my face, my ugly face, and my ID and all that, or whether they store it securely. So that has always been a worry because if scammers get it, they kind of know, like, all right, these are the faces of people who own crypto, so let's look for them, and that is not what I want. So that is the worst kind of user experience, and I hope that wallets don't go that way. And yeah, for good experiences, I think I'll pass it on to someone else to speak.
Let me be probably the next one person. Not sure that I can share lots of the different cases with the good experience, but I want to a little bit like see and I want us to see this thing. I even also wouldn't call it an issue or problem from a little bit another angle. So again, let's understand the persona with whom we are working or we would like to work. So when it comes to the native Web3 people, I think that they would like to have like wallets installed easily, but at the same time they will require, I don't know, security. They will definitely think about it. They will look into all different like features and options that these wallets have. Probably in your project they will see whether they can upload their own wallets that they probably have before, because we know that lots of the Web3 people do have lots of the different wallets. When it comes to the Web2 people, here, like the option with Netflix, I think works best. Because probably from the very beginning, it should not be only easy, it should be seamless, literally seamless, because you would like to engage the people with your product, not with the wallet, of course. And probably there, the customer journey for these people, the best will be to make it seamless and then start a little bit educating them, because they will, luckily they will be already engaged in your project. And this, like, little fear that lots of the web 2 people have with Web3, and that's why they're quitting lots of the Web3 projects, you literally will decrease it. So probably the best idea is when it comes to, for example, the situation when your product is trying to engage both Web2 and Web3. Oh my God, how I'm waiting for the time that we will not divide ourselves into Web2, Web3. So, sorry, this is just a comment. So, the best idea then is somehow to distinguish whether your new user is Web2 or Web3, and then to create a different customer journeys. Because what I see not very good experiences in other products and projects, the thing is that they're establishing the one customer journey, and at the same time they're trying to attract different targeted audience, and then they have lots of the people who just rejecting it in the very 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 first steps, even not, I don't know, trying the product. And here is the most spread mistake from my point of view. You cannot even try the product before you will install the wallet, upload the wallet, or sign up with the wallet. And this is, as for me, the worst case scenario that can be. The person should have a possibility to try the product, to feel that probably first feeling of engagement or that he likes it, and then load the person with some additional things that they need to do in order to continue. This is kind of my take how to do it.
Yeah, I guess it's me next. Well, I have a different answer because I've seen a better solution to this. Banking could take like 30 minutes sometimes. And I don't know, maybe the longest, if especially if you're like overthinking things. Netflix could take minutes, but I've seen API like solutions. Just using or connecting your Google account, just sign up, and then you automatically have an account, you automatically have a wallet. Abstract has done this, and it's been very seamless to create an account that has a lot of things integrated into it. And that way, that makes people feel that, okay, this is very easy, and it can actually be done even by a 5-year-old kid, maybe, because it only takes seconds, not even 10 seconds. The moment you click the create an account button with your email address, just connect your Google, and that's it. Only takes a few seconds, and you already have your account. Now it's up to you if you want a KYC or whatever. Maybe that's going to be like a milestone. If you want a different, like, or better options like the CXs offer, then that's where you go for KYC. But it's just seconds. It's very easy for people to like get attracted, or they won't even feel like they are signing up for Web3 or anything. It's just like connecting an app or something like an API, right? So yeah, that's my solution for this.
Thanks. And I think we have Sean still, right? And then C Savvy, if you want to take the stage. I see that you're on and off. Maybe hopefully the signal will allow us to invite you on the stage as well. So now over to you, Sean.
Yeah, what I think is that it's. I'm hearing an echo as well. Sorry, I don't know if it's you, Kriyan, or must be someone else. Yeah, so I think it's a good point that I think it was Eva that mentioned about we've got crypto natives and we've also got newer people who are unexperienced and are just getting involved in the space. And, we have to consider that they're probably going to want to follow different approaches. So, given that, I think having like a dual approach might work out best, where we've got an easier onboarding process for those just getting started, and the other wallets, where you have more control over it, would be reserved for those who want to get more involved. I just kind of picture in my head actually how this could work. I mean, I was just imagining one day in the future, almost like Web3, as if you got your own kind of browser or something. And as you sign in, you're given two options. The first is, do you want to have the easiest option where you might have a wallet with, I don't know, something like Coinbase or something? And the other option is, do you want to control your own, which, point them out the risks involved in that, or even both of them. And then people can follow the route that they prefer. But I do believe there is a need for both types. And the second one will definitely become more important for people after they've built up some experience. But yeah, if we're trying to railroad people who are new users to take the self-control option, it could feel quite intimidating. So yeah, I think there might well be a play. I mean, many of us speak against the idea of having Coinbase or Gemini controlling our funds and that, but maybe that's the journey that many people need to take, and it's a good option for them. And over time, as they learn more about the space and things, then they're ready to take on that next step of controlling things in their own wallet then.
Agreed, agreed. I think we are all at some point like happy to and ready to do KYC, but if that's like a first step, that's probably churning users. Or if we are asked to do it over and over again, that's very annoying. So there has to be some middle ground. 100% agree. So see, Savvy, we have a couple last minutes of the show today. So glad to see you here. Do you mind maybe one sentence introduction and your take on today's topic?
Yo, GM, guys. Thank you guys for bringing me to this space. So my name is Crypto Savvy, which is short to be C Savvy. I'm a video content creator in the space and also a Web3 gamer. And I literally came late and I was like on and off with my internet service. So can you please the last question we are taking? Can you recall it for me?
So the last question, I can give you a new one if you want. So maybe I have a surprise question for everybody, and you have to answer in one sentence. So that's the challenge. And the question is, what do you think is the biggest mistake a Web3 projects makes with users so they churn?
Basically, for me, I think one of like the biggest mistake I think Web3 project to make is basing their projects on airdrops only. I think immediately users get the airdrop finish, immediately they get the airdrop, they tend to leave the project. I think that's one of the mistake Web3 project does. They mainly focus on airdrops. Why not focusing on retaining their users?
Right. So basically paying them to come instead of earning them in a way, right? Yeah, I would agree with that. Eva, your take, your one sentence. What is the biggest mistake?
The biggest mistake is waiting for the very short-term results. Like there are some arguments for that, but if to put it in one sentence, yeah, exactly. Lots of the projects are waiting for the results in 1 month. It is not possible in Web3. So, are you here for a long-term play, or you need to quit the space if to be a bit tough?
Great, I love that. So Jared, Creon, what is your sentence, the one mistake Web3 projects make with users?
It's hard to just compartmentalize it in one sense, but I think not providing value to the community, but yeah, not providing to, I don't know if I should like expound on it, but yeah, not providing value, founders, because founders or builders should like be of service to the people and not just asking them to invest into your project. You gotta provide value and make them feel valued. Sorry about that long answer.
100% agree. Thanks. And we have two more hot takes on the biggest mistake Web3 projects make.
Yeah, for me, the sentence is put your app up front and center. Let the Web3 thing be in the background, be hidden, because it's the least important part of the user experience. What if you're a game? Let the users play the game and not even know that they're using crypto.
Love that. Thank you. Last but not least, this. What do you think?
For Web3 companies, most essential, don't be complacent and don't get comfortable because things change pretty fast.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I would add mine. I made my mind in the meantime. So I'd say don't chase hype and think long term, because you want to be around in a couple years' time. So then that's a wrap. Thank you very much. You have been amazing. I'm super happy the space did not wreck this time like last week. Sorry everybody who was joined last week. We could not finish it, but we made up for it today. Thank you so much for your ideas, for your thoughts. It was amazing discussion why users quit and how to fix it. We have heard some amazing takes. Most importantly, some of the outcomes for me was it takes a whole team. It's a challenge. It's an ongoing thing. It's not a one takes and done. I love the grandma test. I also loved your take that the 20% remainder after 1 month is actually not such a bad number. So let's keep it up. And thank you very much for participating. Just reminding for everybody who's listening, if you want to comment your take on the wallet, should wallets be invisible? Yes or no? Or if you want to give your take on who's responsible for onboarding pain, is it UX, product, or marketing? We will check the responses and we will give you a reward from Mooncard's game. Thank you very much for listening, and I see you in a week. And the next week's topic is business models that don't flop. So another challenging one. Looking forward to have you. Bye.
Thanks for inviting us. See you.